What's up, guys? My name is Sai, and I'm a rocket engineer, and I'm here to talk to you about shooting for the stars with your early career. So, in this video, we're going to talk about weaponizing your resume, especially when you're early into your career and just looking for jobs right now. Typically, when you go out into public, you'll notice that you're surrounded by all these people. That dude's got a green shirt, that girl's got a brown bag, that person's got a neat car. You'll make these simple general observations as you go along. It's almost absent-minded. You just don't really think about it too much unless you sit down and you just take it all in. And then you realize all these people have just immense, tremendous backgrounds that led them to that very particular point where you bumped into them in public. And the thing about it is, you really had to sit there and think about it. You had to process. And when you're asked to do that about yourself too, it tends to happen the same way. If someone told you to just write down a few things about yourself, you're gonna struggle a bit. You'll probably end up writing things you like or general characteristics. I've got brown skin and black hair, stuff like that. But when you get into the root of it, you have so much that you can offer, and the same thing goes for a resume. It's often said that resumes are very generic, and they're generic because people do this a lot. They'll sit down and they'll just generally write down some job experiences that they had, generally write down skills that they attained, or just these very simple things like good at communicating, nothing to necessarily prove it. And the idea behind weaponizing your resume is really digging into the core of all these things that brought you to where you are today. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta take advantage of your early career. You gotta figure out how to make these upward moves fast. And the way you do that is by breaking down your resume like a cheat sheet. Now, to do this, you want to start with your skills. Break down all your skills. Use examples from classes and labs or projects that you did, or even just things you do for fun. As a quick exercise, let's say you had a project where you had to present in a class regarding the business model of mowing lawns, and you ask yourself, what did I gain from this? So, public speaking is a skill that you got from presenting. You had to step up in front of a class and you had to talk about this thing that you designed, this business behind mowing lawns. And you perform small scale finances. You had to determine, this is how I'm going to pay for gas and this is how I'm going to mow all these lawns. And you analyze the industry to determine whether or not this is even going to work. And you take that and you condense it into a skill set. You build 3 skills off of it. You got public speaking, finances, business management, and you order that in your resume in a way that you can sell these skills and tell a compelling story. The history behind these skills can go a long way. Now, the next thing you need to do is you just need to start digging. You need to build skills in your free time. Take notes of skills that you just gain on the fly. Like, if you are good at communicating, say you walked into a coffee shop and you engaged everyone there, you talked to the cashier, asked her how her day's going, you're optimistic, you're able to integrate pretty well, and you're able to take initiative in conversations. These things on a resume can look really good. With that, you also have examples that you can present. The next thing you want to do is isolate your experiences. Isolate anything that you can claim as an experience. I mean anything. You could use your job working the front desk, your side gig selling chocolate bars, your internships or whatever the hell. Start with the big ones. Take the big ones and put them on the paper. And you can sit there and do that same exercise where you break down each one into these subcategories, these sub things that you did. So, in the same vein, when you want to elaborate on working the front desk, you don't want to say, yeah, I sat at the front desk, because no one gives a shit that you sat at the front desk. They want to know what you gained from it. You know, did you talk to people? Did you gain customer service experience? Did you have to like build spreadsheets or something? You had to memorize inventory. You had to take phone calls regularly, interface with customers. Really think about what you did at that job and build it out to where you kind of look like you accomplished something. And then break down the more obscure experiences. Use projects and presentations for something like this again. Projects can be experience, and things you do along the side, these can contribute to your experiences. It's just they have to build a narrative. You have to be able to talk about it. You have to be able to be compelling when you're in an interview. If you had to design a bike for, your buddy Ben down the street, you had to do a collaborative effort to build this bike. You had to learn how to design a bike that doesn't suck. You had to make sure that you can ride the damn thing. And that's experience right there. That's stuff that you can take, and that's stuff you can articulate when someone's asking you, oh, have you ever collaborated with someone else to design something? That's experience, bro. Now, take all that and apply to a wide range of jobs. Seriously, just consider the skills that you'd gain from that first job and grow your resume using that. Your resume should grow with you. Throughout your career, your resume should be something that always improves. Even now, like I can pull out my resume and I can see 50 different things on there that I really want to change just right off the bat. And finally, weaponize your worth. When you're taking this resume and putting it on these websites, putting it on LinkedIn or Glassdoor or whatever the hell, really break down the industry, really understand what the industry needs. Right now, aerospace needs people. Aerospace really needs people because there's a lot going into defense at the moment, and there's a lot going into space. This is the right time to be getting into the launch industry. Same thing with computer science. They can't get enough computer software engineers right now. It's as simple as that. Like, figure out what the niche is, what you can bring to the table, and use that to not settle on pay. Make sure you're able to build a solid foundation to work off of, and take that and keep on making moves. Early into your career, you're at a point where you have the luxury of making all these moves that you can't otherwise do once you're settled and you have a house. So I really encourage you to take advantage of it, because in this day and age, having all these experiences that built up took you to where you are now, that's actually a very valuable thing for a lot of employers. And that's how you end up making career moves. Thank you guys. If you got something from this video, hit the subscribe button. Please smash that like button too. Yeah, I'll see you all at the next video.